Fantastic. Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome to Transport Fever is Terrible. Today we're going to be looking at the things inside Transport Fever which I really do dislike. That's not to say that I dislike the game overall. I will be making another video about the things that I really do like, so check out that if you want to have a look. But today we're going to be looking at those things that bug me, so let's check them out. First up, it's the inability to change your currency in the game. This game is playing currently in dollars, and you can see here that if we look at the finances, there it is, all in dollars, despite I wanting to play in pounds and this wanting to be a European map. Surely, if it's a European map, it should default to euros. If we look in the settings, there's nothing there either. You can't change it. Now, I am aware that you can change it in the configuration files, in the game files on your computer, but that just isn't good enough. Really, it should at least follow the map type, if not, give you an option in the settings. Next up, it's the lack of a flatten or a foundation tool in the land levelling sections. We have a raise terrain tool, which is quite good, and a lower, which you can make nice dips with. There is also a smooth tool, which has an equal sign on it, which makes you think it levels things out, but it doesn't. It just kind of brings one bit down and one bit up. It doesn't completely make it level, and you can be going for ages just to try and get it close to it. If we want to bring the foundation of this depot and the railway line, and we want to bring the ground up to meet it, you can do a bit with the smooth tool, but it's not very good. You have to raise the land up around it. For example, if I want to do that between the road and the railway, I use the foundation tool and it becomes a big U-shaped dip. It takes forever just to bring it up flat. If I want to make it flat, I have to use the raise tool, raise it wherever I can to kind of bring it up into that section, and then use the smooth tool. This game really does lack a leveling tool. Next up, it's the signals, although it's not the signals themselves. As you go through the game, you can upgrade standard rail to fast and high speed rail, and you can also upgrade them to electric, as we can see here. However, you later get electric signals like this one here. However, there is no easy way to upgrade all the signals on a line from the old semaphore to the new electric signals. This is something that really annoys me because I want to be able to upgrade that as well, and it's just not in the game. The next thing on my list is this incredibly shoddy tunnel work in Transport Fever. The sides and fronts are very poorly put together, and if you have a real close look, you can see that the entrance to the tunnel is actually just a really dark brown brick wall. This is not very good. Trains going into this just disappear into the wall, and then once you're inside, you just go straight through the wall, and the inside of the tunnel looks like something from a 1990s computer screensaver. Graphics are terrible, and it just doesn't work. Why we can't see into tunnels is something that they obviously felt we didn't need to be, but this is something that does bug me. Next up, it's the disappearing train into the depot trick, and here we're going to have a perfect example of a fairly long train going into a depot which is slightly shorter. I would have thought that these trains would have just continued to go in and in and into the depot until they disappear, but no, they get part way in and all of a sudden they stop and disappear. And the penultimate item on our list here is the extremely long loading times. These loading screens have now been burnt into the back of my retinas as I've stared at them, willing the game to actually come into existence. This is something that really does annoy me, as I like to dip into games and have a quick play whenever I can. But this doesn't make it much of a dipper. If you're in, you're in, and you don't want to leave, because loading again will take forever. And my number one bug about this particular game is the inability for trains to use multiple platforms when they come into them. Now, I'm aware that lines are created and edited and done in a certain way between platforms and stations, but why the feature can't be there for a train to decide to use a different platform if available when they're going up and down those particular lines? It really does annoy me, and I think it's something that would add so much more to the game. It will add a degree of flexibility and a degree of realism, along with the ability to have more trains going through the stations rather than just one per line at once. I know you can add waypoints at the end of platforms and make trains go on multiple different lines into there, even if they're doing the same sort of route, but to me this sounds like a horrible workaround, and this, I think, is really something that should be updated in a forthcoming patch. Well, there we have it. Those are the things I think are terrible inside Transport Fever. Some things which I think really should be made into a published game like this. But did you agree with my list? Is there things you think I missed off? Pop them down in the YouTube comments section. I'd like to know exactly what you think is bad in Transport Fever. Remember, I don't think it's all bad, I think there's good as well, and if you want to see the video about that, there is a link to it in the credits of this, and if you've seen that, you may want to watch my conclusion video, and of course the link to that is also in the credits. So that is all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.